And I'm over here in the kitchen with Alison, and we're also still using the space over here at Creative Kitchen and Bath.
Which is gorgeous.
And if you ever need to have inspiration for a kitchen or a bathroom renovation, come on over here. The guys here are brilliant. They give you so much great advice on how to just spruce up or completely renovate your kitchen and bath as well. But of course, it's time to get into what you're making is...
Biscuits.
Biscuits. As we call them in Australia, a bicky. But it's a different
Love
type.
it.
Yes, but it's different.
Might be my new word.
It's your new word. Okay. Because often I say to people at the station, would you like a bicky? And they're like, a what? They have no concept of what I'm saying until I give them one of the Australian biscuits, and then they love it. Anyway,
nice.
We're making biscuits.
Yes, so this is Kentucky, Southern style, Buttermilk Biscuits. Again, we've been talking about brunch foods. Christmas is Sunday. We have just, you know, I just cannot say enough about fresh biscuits and making them from scratch, not out of a can.
All right.
Okay.
Let's give it a whirl, my friend.
All right, so we have flour, we have some baking powder, and we have some salt.
Okay.
Basically, as simple as it gets. Then you're going to take cold butter, very cold butter, and we are going to put that in. I do about 6 tablespoons to maybe 7 tablespoons to about 2 cups of flour.
Can I get in there and do it?
Oh yeah. So what you're going to do?
I've washed my hands, everyone.
Yeah. What you're going to do?
Did you see that you were about?
I was getting ready to go. So what you do is you start breaking the butter up in the bowl to where it looks like cornmeal. Like really fine, like little peas, almost pea size, the butter. So you just keep kind of breaking it up.
This reminds me of when I was back at school and we used to have to all take home economics. And we used to have to make our own pastry. Well, they used to teach us these things. I don't know why. I've never used those skills at all.
Well, you're using them now.
I'm using them now. That's why I wanted to do this.
Exactly. You just keep kind of breaking all the butter up into like nice pea shape. And then basically we're ready to add the liquid. Again, I just seasoned it with salt. If you were wanting a sweet biscuit, like you mentioned maybe for like jam and cream, like for tea, you could put a little pinch of sugar in there.
Can I do this? Oh, I can.
Yeah,
Lovely.
you're perfect.
All right.
So I think you're good.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
So once the butter is nice and broken up into the flour, you are going to just make a little well, and we're going to add buttermilk.
Okay.
All right?
And then I mix it up again?
All right, and don't do it the same way. So what I do is I tend to just scoop, and so I'll start kind of mixing that
Get out of my sand pit.
So I start mixing that wet around with the dry so that it doesn't like cake up on your fingers.
Yeah.
And you just kind of keep moving it around. Honestly, the less you work the dough, the better. Because
she's not letting me back in the sand.
The less you work the dough, the better, because nobody wants a tough biscuit. You want it really like flaky and light.
You don't want it to taste like when it's freshly baked that it's been around for 6 days.
No, exactly. So sometimes you have to add just a little bit more.
I'm going to wash my hands. Yeah, keep going.
Basically, once the dough comes together, all the dry bits are together, and the dough just comes together nicely, you're done.
Okay.
All right, so we're just going to kind of keep working that, and then I'm going to roll it out onto a sheet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or onto the counter.
Okay.
And then we're just going to cut our biscuits. Now, one of the tricks with biscuits is that if you push them together when we cut them and we put them together nice and close in the pan, that will help them to rise.
Oh, perfect.
Because they climb up next to each other.
Okay.
So you see
how long would this normally take?
Well, I mean, the dough is almost done.
Wow. That's fantastic.
So if it's a little bit flaky, again, you can just, but you see how that just has come together?
Yeah.
All right, so
see, I would have made that squishier, but I'm not supposed to, am I?
Really, the less you work, the better.
Okay.
And you just kind of roll it out, and then we're going to cut it.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, go. I'm sorry.
I want to play.
But we're not just going to have regular biscuits for Christmas.
What do you mean?
I mean, you could just have regular biscuits for Christmas, but we're going to top them with a little something extra.
Oh, nice. So, hey, I did these quite well.
You did. You did a fantastic job.
Is this cookie cutter or whatever you call it?
It's a biscuit cutter.
It's a biscuit cutter. Now, and then I would assume, Alison, you could have Christmas-shaped ones or no?
I don't know that they would bake up like cookies.
Okay.
So magic of TV, we've got some biscuits done. I'm going to slice those up and put a little country ham.
Okay, I'm going to let you keep doing that while I tell everyone how to get all the recipes and everything. Head over to our webpage at wtvq.com/Midday Kentucky. All that information is going to be there on how to make the perfect Christmas biscuit. And of course, we're talking all about brunch for Christmas and not necessarily Christmas lunch. Alison, thank you so much for coming in again.
Always.
We appreciate you. We'll be right back after this short break.